Hello there, everyone. It is I, ETTemplar, Alien Crusader from Beyond the Heavens, and we're probably touching a bit of a live wire. We probably shouldn't even be reacting to this guy because, well, you're about to hear. And I want you to keep two things in mind. This is a guy who says he makes more money than his adversaries, and he makes so much money that, nothing's an issue. And he also claims that what he does is just a hobby. So I want you to keep those two things in mind and see if it adds up to that as we're about to listen in. So let's roll this clip. Of course, this is from a deleted stream. So this what you're about to hear is from something he deleted. But here we go.
For everybody out there, if anyone wants to contact me with the contact details for Anti-Warski, that's where he lives, or any contact information, it'll all come in handy for when I get to Toronto in September. So obviously, let it be known that we're all after Warski's information over there. You know how to get a hold of me. You know where my DMs are. You can join the Discord. You can send them through. Just at me, straight up publicly. Just straight up on Twitter. There you go.
So usually when people are going to get involved in doxing people's location, if you're not a cheap bastard, you offer $50, $100, $500 for this information for someone's dox. You can do this, dark web, clear web, through friends and hackers you may or may not know. So usually you offer up a bounty, but I just thought that was funny that he wanted this dox for free. And of course, there's QB farms and other places where a little bit of digging there, someone's going to have information somewhere. And again, you could probably, if you know someone's name and birthday, you could probably figure out where they live, and it's not that hard. But again, it should be, it's funny that he's not even offering up a bounty for this. So if you're going to play dirty and you're going to expose yourself with these kinds of dirty tactics, you can't even offer up a bounty, but okay, let's just keep rolling.
And then obviously we'll use that to our advantage in the future. And I'm sure suddenly when I'm going through Warski's address, maybe on a stream, maybe on a kick stream, who knows, and we'll go through Warski's address, and then we'll see how much he wants to talk tough. He won't. And then obviously just go after Kenosha, because he's a weird guy going after my niece right now, which is very strange. I guess that's because obviously...
That's not strange, because you have put your niece on the board by saying, pay the fatty, right? And this is earlier. This arc, what you're hearing, is before he showed up in Toronto, and showed up in Toronto with Dan for the intent to violently ambush Warski. This wasn't like an agreed gentleman's fight. Cog and Dan were looking out to violently assault them in the streets. Of course, they're going to say, no, this wasn't the case. Well, we just want to, cost them, but... This is the danger, and you would have to be, I've said this before, you'd have to be an absolute retard to accept a fight on someone else's terms, because that's when things turn deadly, and that's when you fucking die. Even if it is just fisticuffs, and it's the same legally, it's about the same legal consequences. If you kill someone in a fist fight, shoot them, or stab them, at the very least, it's manslaughter. If you don't leave a chance for your opponent to flee the field, that is at least minimum manslaughter, which is jail time. And so, again, you're going to risk jail time to assault, these people who are retards, in your opinion, Cog? These people who are autistic retards. So why is this even... Why is there weight to these people if you... Let's keep going, shall we?
PPP got called fat by my little 4-year-old niece, I know, adorable. And then obviously you've just got the one that you should all go after as well, which is just tranny berries. Like I say, any information for any of these people, send them across to me, don't worry. Me and Dan have got plans for the future.
And Kenosha and Zannyberries could be stateside. The United States has laws like Castle Doctrine and Stand Your Ground. You really want to try that here in Gun Country, Cog? That spells disaster. And that's just talking about the guns. That's not talking about the batons and swords and other sick shit we can own here legally. Knuckle dusters, ninja stars. So you can get as pretty much creative with this shit as you ever could. So that'd be just stupid So not only for just the legal angle, but for the angle, especially if Zannyberries and Kinoche are here in the stateside, you really want to take that risk with Castle Doctrine and stand your ground. Okay. Al Pacino from Scarface.
That's all I can say. We've got a lot of money that we're putting to one side, and we've got some plans for the future. There's a few people we've seen online who, for a lack of a better word, or now auditing, but they're basically just retards to people in the street. We might look into that, and then obviously we'll go down the road of this one where it just comes to finding these people. There you go.
Again.
There you go. Hey guys.
This is a gentleman who does this just for the hobby, and he's got so much fucking money that, out-earning the Kino Casino and everyone else in the sector, Ethan Ralph, he's just earning so much money that he has to stoop to the levels of retards. But I digress.
Guys, Zannyberries gets doxxed. You're all cool with me beating the shit out of him, yeah? Finding him, beating the shit out of him.
See, that's funny because the history with Cog and Dan, it was Dan that beat Ethan Ralph's ass. It wasn't Cog. Cog filmed it. And by the way, Cog, I think you have a fight with Salvo Pancakes in the 16th, March 16th. So you have 13 days. Are you hitting the punching bag? Are you getting in condition? Are you running miles? Are you using the jump rope? Right? Are you getting prepared for your fight there, champ? The one you called out and you said you would fight and slap around Salvo. I hope you are, Chief. Or again, do you plan on having your battle buddy Dan do your fighting for you like a real man does? But I digress. Let's keep going.
Raise some money for that shit. Yeah, cool. Obviously, Kinoche, he gets found out as well. We know all of his information. Go and beat the shit out of him, yeah? We raise money for that. Sounds good, doesn't it? Sounds fucking golden. I like my chat. My chat understands me. Oh my god. You'll be lucky. You'll be lucky. That's all I'm going to say to you. You'll be lucky if nothing happens.
Nothing's going to happen, Cog, because you're too selfish, you're too much a narcissist to risk a jail sentence, let alone in a foreign, like, in Canada or United States or somewhere else where any of these people are. You really going to risk an assault charge? Doubt it, my dude.
It's just the truth. Let's just say, might not be videoing this one, Warski. Might just be kicking the absolute ever shit out of you. And then I'll just run off to a gym and say that you pussied out. And I'll wait for you to go live and explain to people your broken jaw. You absolute cunt.
So, big scary internet e-persona there. I'm pretty sure is shaking their boots. So, I'll give him this. Okay. If they were going after his niece, like unprovoked, then, I would say, yeah, you could do a little bit of internet tough guy because they're encroaching on your privacy. But you brought your niece into this sector by saying PPP's a fatty and all this other bullshit going on. So you actively open that door to be commentated on and to be used on the field, that area of operations, if you want to get autistic and retard about it as far as drama. But again, so that's Cog. Him wanting to get people's doxes, to violently assault them in the fucking street. Again, this is Mr. Hobby Man. This is Mr. Man who makes so much more money. And this is a guy who, again, we're all just retards here, but he takes it to such a level that he wants to violently assault and ambush people in the streets. But then again, this is just standard internet tough guy shit. Salvo, I can't wait for the 16th because I can't wait to see what happens with that, because it was Cog who initiated the tough guy bullshit, and I just can't wait to see how that plays out. And of course, Cog's not going to show up to the fight. Even if Salvo is knocking on the door, Cogs will more than likely call the bobbies on him, and that will be that. There's not ever going to be like a legitimate fight or discussion. He's not going to go live because this is how internet tough guys are. They talk a big game. They talk about doxing. They talk about assaulting people in their own hometowns. And they call everyone else pussies when they don't show up to their rules of engagement and them setting the fight, which again would be stupid. That's how you fucking get murdered. It's not like he went out to effort to, you know, oh, let's meet at a gym and have a sparring match. So there's no legal sense to even set this up. There's been no brain cells rubbed together to make this a legitimate fight. So technically, if this was to happen to be a legal street fight, which would end you in jail and or with a lawsuit for assault and or manslaughter. But then again, you know, we're just retards here. I'm a retard. But again, I don't know. Not that, to end this video, if the only way I made income on the internet was being an obnoxious retard commentator and Ethan Ralph Gunt writer, I don't know. There's a little bit of decorum to be had here. But then again, someone who's openly like threatening people's doxes and to violently assault them in the streets isn't really sane to begin with. And if you're letting internet bants and drama in the sector get to you that bad, it's time to either change up your content or just ignore these so-called autistic retards that you say they are. But I don't know. That's just me. That's just me sharing my thoughts about this. And yeah, hopefully you found it entertaining. Leave a like, comment, and or subscribe. See you next time.